microphone. I can't tell. I hope it's the right one, because I'm not too certain if it is or not. I guess I'll find out in a minute. Okay, it is. But yeah, you read the title. More gator game, cause I like the gator game. One sec, I just gotta change to my headphones. There we go. Cause I had my game audio playing through a speaker. Just adjusting some settings before I get started, so just bear with me. Alright, I think I can get started now. Just, I suppose, let me know if anything's too loud or too quiet. I probably won't be too loud. I'm gonna end up talking in my more quiet voice. But, I'm for real gonna shoot myself. My microphone was just turned off, and I was talking to myself there. Fuck my life. God, I'm so stupid. Okay. Yeah, I can be heard. Alright, anyways, as I was saying before, what I was saying when I was muted. Last time I played this was 8 days ago, and I haven't touched it since. Mostly because this game feels like one that, when I get to finishing it, that it's gonna hit hard, is what I mean. Okay. I think I ended here. Let's go back a bit. Yeah, this is the part where I ended it, and felt like crying afterwards. Yeah, I'm a pussy. Okay, let me just get my reading voice ready. September 25th. It's been nearly a full month, and things are starting to feel natural in school now. Well, at least compared to my old schools. Except now I've actually made some good friends. I'm pretty sure we're good friends, anyways. I don't really know how to measure friendship. Outside of that party a few days ago, I haven't hung out with any of them outside of school. If friends just hang out at school, and good friends did all the stuff outside of school, where does that put us? Well, it's still early in the school year. I'll figure out the friendship conversation rate at some point. And it's not like I'm rushing either. I'm not shouting, I can't shout right now, it's late. I'll be bed today if I shout. Leaving my current thoughts, I realise I've been in the middle of a climbing rock wall in the gymnasium. In the gymnasium. Huh. Why was I spacing out again? I love Inko. Goofy fuck. Oh, alright. All the blood rushing to my head. Alright. Peel yourselves off my majestic gym floor and hit the showers. Phew. Made it just in time. I take my seat right next to Olivia and let myself relax for a second. Olivia is, as usual, doodling away in her notebook. I take a quick peek at her new work, curious to see who she's trying to turn into a caricature today. Instead, the page is filled with various scribbles of what looks to be a rat. The only piece of shading for its fur is just on its head. Save for a white spot around its right eye. Looks like the same one she doodled on the note we passed around in history class. The mirrored Give me a second. I'm gonna be at this again now because I can't fucking read. The mirrored mural shows it in various poses and scenarios, some basic and some pretty creative. There's even one wearing a cape and wielding a ridiculously giant sewing needle as a sword. Like a sword, fuck. These rat doodles of yours are pretty cute. Thanks. Actually, that reminds me. Look who else I drew over the weekend. Happy. She flips a couple of pages of her sketchbook and holds it up for me to see. Much to my surprise, it's none other than Mia. Olivia decided to draw her as what I can only describe in the most flattering of ways as a druggy harlot. That's funny. Her clothes are even more ripped than her usual attire. Her jacket is filled with all kinds of unflattering patches, and her hair is styled into a Gandhi, or Ganji, or is it Gandhi? I can't really tell. Gandhi mohawk that only detracts slightly from her face, full of piercings and rings. I can just imagine that. In fact, she has a couple of rings piercing her eyelids to the point that I think it would be impossible to keep her eyes open from the weight. And that's not even getting into all the tattoos that Olivia has drawn on Mia's face, making her look like a convict. I can't help but let out a snicker at the sight. You like? She's sporting a smug grin as she looks my way. I mean, it's funny, but how can she even breathe with those nose rings? Doesn't need to. She's full of hot air already. The girl chuckles at her own joke. I bet if she saw it, steam would blow out her ears. Yeah, she'd stomp around uselessly and then go do nothing else. Seems like you have a pretty good idea of how she works, or on how she works. She's just predictable. It's not rocket science. Howdy. We're interrupted by a pair of students. I recognize them, though I only know one of their names. Oh yeah, I just didn't remember her name. Yo, Inko, my Humi. That just meant to be a play for my homie. So I saw that you submitted for the contest, and I just love it. It was so good, I just had to show it to my friend. Oh, it's this fucker, I remember this one. The one at the fucking start of the game that just wanted to take a picture with him. Yeah, man, I just had to come see who made it when Lunara told me all about it. And when she told me, I was like, oh my god, I just knew where I saw you. I just knew when I saw you, you had that artistic spirit. She doesn't look very impressed. Pretty damn fantastic, especially for a newbie. I'm a bit taken aback by her backhanded compliment. Still, it is a compliment. My first real one I've had since coming to St. Hammond. About my art, I mean. Oh my gosh, I never introduced myself, did I? I don't like this girl. I'm just gonna call her Kira. I knew a Kira. Jesus. I'm Kiara. It's so nice to meet you. No, it's not. Yeah, likewise. Cool. I mean, it's not that great of a piece. It's just something I had on hand. Last minute? Damn, you're selling yourself way too short there. Hey, back off. Yeah, your work is absolutely gorgeous. What's the deal, bruh? Yeah, I'm thinking we should hang out sometime. Oh, you slut. Stop trying to get into his pants. What the hell is wrong with you two? Oh shit, the bell's ringing soon. Already? Damn. Well, it was nice seeing you again, Inko. Keep up the great work. Be seeing you later. Yeah, be seeing you real soon. Be seeing you real soon, Inko. God, I hope not. I can't help but smile as my new friends wave their goodbye and depart. A heady feeling of joy washing through my head as I replay their words of praise repeatedly. In the corner of my eye, Olivia's smile reflects the overwhelming cheer I'm feeling. I thought it seemed to, though it seems to vanish the moment I look our way. Seems like you're becoming the talk of the school. I mean, I hoped that I'd get some positive feedback about my work, but I didn't realize that it would be that good. Olivia chews her lip in contemplation before turning to me. Say, Inko, can I see your submission? Sure, give me a sec. Luckily, I'm prepared, as not only do I have my portfolio drive, but I finally set up a cloud drive for it. It's as simple as opening up the application on my phone and swiping to the exact digital copy to present to Olivia. Ta-da! I consider it my magnum opus. Magnum opus, I finally got to say it. You keep a copy of it on your phone? I got my whole portfolio on cloud storage. I learned it was good practice from a couple artist blogs. So what do you think? Oh, Olivia squints at my phone as she does her best to formulate her opinion. It's nice. The compost of it is really something. You mean composition? Yeah, that. You did great, Inko. Huh. Getting a compliment from Olivia for my work feels a bit alien to me. But maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something new. Yeah, I can almost feel it now. Incognito. It took me a while to just notice that his name was Incognito. I feel like such an idiot. Did I say that in the last one? Incognito, ace photographer, capable of capturing masterpieces through a photo lens. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it. Olivia must see my self-congratulatory grin because her own drops. Yep. Alright, you did good. Don't let it get to your head. When the grin remains, she forces off by elbowing me in the chest. Gah! Warned you. That's gonna leave a bruise. You complaining? With that exchange between us, Olivia and I get ready for class. As was norm by now, Mr. Latigan became class with some violent abuse of school property. I'm sort of afraid of this guy. Like, he's got like American Psycho type vibes. I don't know how I feel about him. He scares me. Good morning, good morning. Now settle down, we've got announcements to go over. I sit back in my seat, subtly feeling at the spot where Olivia smacked me to check. Yep, bruised. Sheesh. Already? Then again, I don't get hit often. As the pale pterodon continued on reading from the announcement sheet like he did every day, I found myself lost in my own thoughts. Nothing else really happens that I consider out of the ordinary. Things that are new, like the school itself, are finally starting to become mundane. ... Anytime there's a black screen like that, I'm just gonna save. Happy again. Later at lunch, I'm rattling off my best stand-up to Olivia while Damien's out getting seconds. Sorry, I need to get a screenshot of her being happy. Seeing her happy makes me happy. Liz had retreated to her usual space in the rafters. And then he says, "Oh god damn." I don't know what he's doing a stand-up of. Olivia's hand flies to her nose, trying and failing to contain the snort-filled laughter. Sometimes I snort when I laugh, and it embarrasses me. It sets off a chain reaction as my own laughter spills over my mouthful of cheap school burger. Ha! God, you suck at comedy, Inco. Olivia drinks greedily from her canteen to alleviate her sore vocal cords. Is that why you're all out of breath? It was a pity laugh. Stick to photography. You got a better one? The mood is slow to settle, but once Olivia has caught her breath, she speaks with a snide smile. In fact, I do. So a Triceratops, a T-Rex, and a Rhinorex find a lamp. Her mouth clamps shut and eyes go wide. Ah, perfect. I was looking for you too. What do you want? Olivia casts her eyes down to her lunch, spearing her mystery meat roughly with a talon. What's wrong? Hey Ben, what's up? I figured I'd come by and congratulate you on your submission entry. This again? I mean, it is my best piece, but all the praise for it is still surprising. It's exhilarating, all these compliments and everything. Thanks, man. Hey, maybe I'll be the winner of the contest. What do you think, Olivia? The green gator girl flinches. Ben shakes his head. As also, Olivia, great to catch you here. Principal Scaler wanted me to remind you that you need to clean up after yourself. What do you mean? Leaving messes in classes can disrupt students in other periods. Boo fucking who? Jesus Christ, this lad would have had a stroke if he went to my school. Holy shit. To be honest, you wouldn't be surprised if somebody had taken a piss in the corner near your fucking chair. I swear to God. There was this one time during... Hold on, you know what? I need to tell this story. So, back in about... What was it? Probably around 2020 or 2021, when the pandemic was around, right? We weren't allowed into the main building with other years. All the years had to stick to each other in certain areas of the school, and unluckily for us, in about, I think it was either fucking 50 or 60, I can't really remember right, but we had to go out into these prefab classrooms, and they were freezing cold during the winter and autumn. Like, and I mean freezing. I don't get cold easily. I'm always warm. But I was freezing in these classrooms. They were never warm, and the teacher was always the one that would have this personal heater for their legs. It's like, fuck you. And they'd make us take off our jackets and everything. But anyways, so given that these are prefabs, they're basically just thrown up buildings. You punch one of the walls hard enough, your fist will go through them. But this one time, when I was in the English class, I sat in the back of the class one time with some of my friends, and oh my god, the back of the class had chipboard as the flooring, and the very corner it was like stomped down into, and that whole corner had like a big wet streak going from midway all the way down to the bottom, and it was wet, and it was a dark wet, so somebody had only done it. But oh my god, the smell. I swear to god, somebody had taken the most rancid piss ever in the corner of that classroom. It was as bad as walking into the lads' bathroom. That's how bad it is. And you know, if you walk into a lad's bathroom in school, how bad it smells. Unless you have like a proper good hygienic school, which we fucking didn't for lads' bathrooms, because it either smelled like piss or shit, or a combination of both, and vapes. You went in there, if you went in there, you came out sticky. You felt your skin being sticky because of the amount of just vape, like vape juice vapor in the fucking air. You felt disgusting after it. I only used the school bathrooms about maybe 5 times in my about nearly 6 years there, and every single time it was horrendous. But anyways, that's my story about the piss-soaked corner of the room. Oh, because Ben here wanted to be a fucking nerd. Scalar said, what? Why not tell Olivia herself? She's busy and tired of reminding you. Olivia scoffs at the mention of our principal, yet keeps her mouth firmly closed. Must not be that important then. Inko, I just spent my entire second period cleaning up her mess because she's not taking anything seriously. Boo fucking who, chap? I'm not supposed to be Scalar's errand boy. Well, you're surely fucking putting yourself out to be. And I'm certainly not supposed to be a personal janitor. Exactly. Don't even have to say anything to him. Boo hoo. Can't be that bad. I'm left to frown at Olivia giving Ben the silent treatment. Was it wrong of me to think she'd be more open with everyone else like she is with me? Do you know how hard it is to scrub baking soda out from the carpet once it's dried? Can you just try to not make other people's lives harder? Whoa. Ben, what the hell? That was fucking scummy. I didn't mean that. I went too far, sorry. Get the fuck out of here, man. That was mean as shit. What the hell is wrong with you? Olivia tries shooting me an indifferent gaze. It cracks a bit into embarrassment when I don't return it. Ben's comment is completely uncalled for. Hell yeah, it is. I can't just stand around if she's not even going to defend herself. Come on, Ben, leave her alone. My point being, Olivia, this is completely ridiculous. I expect better from you. I expect better from you to just say something like that, Mr. fucking errand boy. Expect? How can you have expectations for her? That came out a little wrong. Yeah. Well, I expect her to do the bare minimum and not waste my time. Thanks, Ben. Thanks. Olivia doesn't even bother looking at Ben. Instead, she's looking at me with that sad face until she quietly wheels away from us. I think I went a little too far there. At least you didn't say something like Ben did. Man. He pinches his brows and sighs. And left standing here with the student council president. I wonder what I had done to that earned me Olivia's ire just now. What does ire mean? That bad? Mia really wanted me to have lunch with her today. She's definitely gonna give me a earful after school. He glances at his phone and grimaces at the notifications. Spoke too soon. She's giving me one now. Well, you should probably grab your lunch while there's still time. Ben glances up at one of the clocks in the lunchroom. There's only about 10 minutes of lunch left. Bah, you're right. But the line's usually closed 5 minutes ago. His fist hammers his palm in epiphany. Oh, you used the vending machine out there. Anything good there? I've been enjoying the atomic hot taquitos recently. But Damien tells me he's a bigger fan of bitter melon bites. Bitter melon it is. I don't think my tail could handle that amount of... I don't know what that word is. Ben gets up from his seat. Alright, I'll go check it out. Let's... One of his feet get caught on the stool and stumbles headfirst. Oh, right into Damien's tray stacked highly with mystery meat. Deserved. He faceplants right through the tray and onto the floor. On the bright side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. On the dark side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. Whoa, Ben, you alright? I jump from my seat and go to help him up. Blech. What's with the fucking rows of people? Instinctively, I take a look around the cafeteria. All eyes on us. I already hear it starting. Various murmurs about the safety of the student council president. Murmurs that start breaking into jeers. I know how this song and dance goes. It's over for Ben. Haha. He gets up and dusts off his blazer. Not exactly what I meant when I said meet and greet, Damien. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Don't be sorry. He's an asshole. All of a sudden the entire attitude of the cafeteria shifted before my eyes. The jeers were deflected into a general amusement that permeated throughout the room. One of the nearby students stands up and hands him a few napkins to wipe his face off. Thanks. How does he manage to stay composed while covered in school mystery meat? I'm both impressed and jealous. You okay? Thought you couldn't eat meat. Nah, even if I swallowed on it, it'd take a lot more than that to really be an issue. I'll be fine. Thanks for your concern though. Ingo may be concerned, but I'm not. I'm still thinking he's an asshole. Even as he brushes off the lunchroom grime, Ben carries himself with dignity. If that had been me, This guy has some seriously quick wit. No, there's probably a little more to it than that. Man, I was looking forward to eating that. Poor Damo. I was about to say something, but I'm not going to say it. Why on earth did you even have that much meatloaf? I asked the cafeteria lady earlier this morning to let me have the leftovers. Although, now it's gone a bit to waste. He eyes the remains on the floor. Some poor janitor's gonna have to mop all that up. Hopefully it's Ben. Maybe don't even think about it. Well, Ben's getting pegged later. The bell signalling our next class tolls. The fistfights and gang wars cease on command, and everyone starts milling towards the exit. The cafeteria empties enough, and I can clearly see the Ben-shaped meatloaf angel on the floor. There's a familiar rubbery and textured feeling on my fingertips. My instincts have kicked in, hands going for my camera and to capture the moment, after which a sense of shame rolls over me. That I would even consider capturing something like this, especially when it's happening to my friend. Shut up, man. Don't be such a pussy. It's called banter. I get up from my seat with a heavy sigh and finally head to my next class. I hope Ben will have the time to clean up before photography. He's got 5 minutes. Hope Olivia's alright. I felt really bad. On my way to photography, I'm still a bit caught up by what had just happened. I think I'm starting to see how Ben accomplished that. Ordinarily, an incident that embarrassing would just it's detrimental to your social standing. On my first day, I went through something like that. An event so humiliating, people were spreading rumours for days. Sure, they died out pretty quick, but the fact is, it happened. One moment everything is fine, then suddenly something you couldn't have even seen coming just upends your life. Yeah, that happened to me. What was it? Fire alarm was pulled in the school. It was pulled all the time, and we were all outside. And then when it came time to come back in, we were walking back, and there was people all in the way, and the only way I could get by was either wait or climb over this tennis coach thing, or tennis court thing, where they had like the wire set up with the rope and all. If you know, you'll know what I mean if you've seen it. So I went and tried climbing over it like a fucking idiot. I ended up getting my foot caught on the way over, and I fell down straight onto my knees while they were bent. Obviously I got up straight away, because it's not that it hurt. What hurt more is that everybody's seen it. So I just kind of fell there, landed on my knees, and then immediately got back up. It was embarrassing, but people didn't really say much for some reason. I don't know if it was just that I got up straight away, or I don't know. People never seemed to talk about me a lot when something embarrassing happened. I always wonder why it was that way after the first 2 years of school. But anyways, stuff like that can happen all the time, and to anyone. It's something that's always terrified me. It's something that just happened to Ben, only he was exempt. He was quick to his feet and diffused the situation faster than it could have even really started. Yeah, I guess he's right. I guess it's like disaster avoidance. Damn, this is relatable. I seriously think it's the most important skill one can have. To have everything under control, to see trouble from a mile away and make it a non-issue, even when it takes you by surprise. That sort of social capital is something I need. Maybe it's a little selfish, but if I were seen that way, then any sudden happenings would be forgiven instantly. Of course, Ben isn't alone. The world is full of people with that skill. Only I'd be lying if I said most of them deserved it. Most people able to get away with stuff use their unique ability for just that, getting away with stuff. What should be seen as a blessing of a social buffer is just some enabling trait of theirs. A charismatic get-out-of-jail-free card. If I had that ability, I'd use it to push myself to my limits, both artistically and productively. That's my ultimate goal. Ben is one of the good ones, definitely. Apart from, being a bit fucking insensitive. He's definitely earned my respect over this. The question remains, though. How do I get like that? That line of thinking is cut off as I round the next corner. Mia, wanted to talk with you. Olivia. Oh no. At the centre of the hallway intersection, I see Mia and Olivia. This can only be bad. Great, she's with them bitches. Oh, come the fuck on now, Olivia. Don't be such a killjoy. I'm trying to be nice here. The grin on Mia's face is jovial as she stands before the wheelchair-bound girl, her tail lazily swaying as she eyes Olivia. Man, I never realised how lethal those spikes on her tail looked. After all, have to be nice to someone as talented as Olivia, don't I? Behind her are a pair of similarly smiling saurian girls. Actually, wait a minute. Those two. Fuck off. They're Mia's friends. I mean, she knows her way round a palette and canvas. Right, Livia? A paraplegic Picasso here. That's you, right? I can't imagine how useless you must feel otherwise. You're a fucking cunt. I'm so glad you're able to put those thoughts aside and paint some things you like. Mia takes a step towards Olivia, her previous expression taking on a more ominous air. Yet, for all that talent and untapped potential, you seem to lack some of the basic expected of a functioning young adult. Mia's lips part, revealing a cruel grin. I hear you've been a really dirty, messy little baby, leaving your stuff around in class and getting it all over the place. They should stick you in a cute little bib. Laugh away. Kiara and Leonard laugh, jeering loudly at Olivia. Mia snaps her finger, causing the two of them to go quiet. I still don't want to believe it. Those two, they were really nice to me. What are they doing with Mia? They're bitches. That's what they are. Group bitches. I know them. They're smart. They know if this is what it... Oh, they're smart. They know if this is what it looks like, it's horrible. And they're not the kind of people to punch down like this. But they all decided to do this, right? But they all decided to do this, right? So what's going on? Is there more to this situation? Mia takes another step forward, her figure now looming over Olivia as she looks down with a cruel sneer on her lips. Normally, I wouldn't waste my time trying to single you out, but I'm going to use this moment to make you get the picture. Oh great, here we go. Me, Ben this. Fuck up. Benny was supposed to join me for lunch, but he had to stay behind to clean up after your mess. You got your issues, you can't ride a bike, whatever. That's your fucking problem. Stop making it mine, Livia. Or do I need to start being a problem for you? At least she doesn't look afraid of her. Yeah, does Ben look like your nanny? Well, she does come pre-packaged with the stroller. Raised eyebrow. Come on, Mia. That's crossing the line. You don't look like you seem to care. Not like she can stand up to you or anyone. Wow. What? I'm just chatting with Liv here. If I did hurt your feelings, I'm really, really sorry. You're a fucking bitch. Kiara's beak clicks loudly and repetitively, while Inara's hand covers her maw to hide a giggle. Oh, don't take it personally, Livia. I'm just teasing you. Right, Liv? We're all just one big happy family here. Lord knows some of us here could use one. Come on and go get in there, defend her. I don't even know how to respond to that. I want to hear both sides of the story here. What history me and Olivia have for a confrontation like this. I think getting this upset over her missing lunch with Ben is extreme, but Mia's friends remain by her side, completely steadfast against Olivia. Is it that bad? And yet Olivia says nothing to her. She has her head atop the knuckles of her hand, like I would during Prockling's history lessons. There were moments where Olivia's tail would press onto the floor, shifting her chair back or to the side. It looked like she was attempting to sidestep the conversation with that muscular tail, but Mia's own movements cut off her escape attempts. Mia returns the calm stare. There's no motion, but the staring contest was a fight in its own way, and the first to look away would lose. Olivia's frigid indifference against Mia's piercing gaze. Kiara ends up dropping her phone and both glare at her simultaneously. A draw. Kiara, I swear I'll kill you one of these days. Olivia takes the opportunity to move past Mia. Yeah, fuck off. Mia takes no time to toughen her stance and continue her spew of insults. What, leaving so soon? No response. And so quickly, that's almost normal walking speed. Yeah, you're in the cunt book now, buddy. I was honestly thinking you need a cooler nickname to go with your need for speed. Hot Wheels. In an instant, Olivia stops and to a squeaking halt. Gone was her stoic face, in its place were eyes wide with shock. How the hell? Olivia's pace falters. Mia quickly steps ahead again and places a foot on her left wheel. Okay, now you're just being a fucking bitch. Fuck off. Your brain-dead fin-head friend told me back in gym class. You went on about how you had it back when you were still soiling your diapers. Honestly, I think you should embrace it. To say it. Well, are you retarded, you stupid bitch? Fucking say it. Fuck you. God, do you need fucking speech therapy too? Say it. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. See, I know knew you could do it. Kind of fitting, I agree with half of it. Please, just bite down on her fucking arm or something. Olivia's claws dig into her armrest. Maybe that's the nuance. The point is that only half of it works. Jesus Christ. Ben lets this slide. Mia turns to look at Kiara and Lunara, eliciting some more giggling from them. I'm sure you wouldn't mind us making it cool again, alright? I mean, you were such a winner back then. Mia leans in close, her voice now a harsh stage whisper as she glares daggers through Olivia. What's wrong, Hot Wheels? Don't want to talk anymore? Am I not good enough for you? You ain't good enough for no one. Even from afar I can tell that Olivia is starting to lose her composure. Her tail lays limp on the floor, as if the energy to hold it was drained away. Dude, get involved. Oh my god. I think this is bullying. No fucking shit, bruh. No shit. I didn't want to believe it, but it's undeniable by now. This is textbook bullying. It's unfair. It's like when you're in the line to choose the restroom after hours and hours of waiting and someone cuts in front of you. Completely inexcusable. Is this the part where I should step in? What do I even say? I have to at least try, right? It's my duty as a fellow student. Maybe I don't need to say anything at all. Just being present for Olivier against the horde. And it certainly wouldn't help if I got an even bigger target on my back for Mia. Be a man. Olivia wrenches herself free from Mia's foot and continues down the hall. The others follow the vultures, or others follow like vultures. Oh man, I need to think and act fast. My legs move on their own and I cross into the hallway. I'm instantly noticed. Mia's already registered my presence and her expression changes. My heart starts beating quicker and harder. Time's up for being indecisive. Fuck you, you're a cunt. Screw it. If Olivia's not going to defend herself, then I will. Olivia needs my help here. Whoa, hey, what's going on here? Oh, good lord. It's basic Baldy coming to save the day now. Piss off, new guy. You won't score any points doing this. I grip my teeth, as if this were for popularity. Luckily, I know what to do in this situation. Hey, I can go get a teacher right now. If this is how my classmates treat each other, I'm disappointed. Especially you two, Lunara, Kiara. Kiara and Lunara look aside a bit, more aware of their situation now that I've pointed it out. You know him? Yeah. It doesn't surprise me Lunara's gotten cozy with him, but come on, dude. We weren't ganging up on Olivia. You fucking were. You were. I saw all of it. How you all bullied her. Snark. Bully, really? You fucking look like one. Alright? Leather jacket. Spikes. You fucking name it. Mia spits out the word bully like it's the word of the day in kindergarten. Somehow it makes me feel silly for saying it. You gonna tell me to pick on someone my own size next? What? Do you even hear me? I said I'd go get a teacher. All the people my own size think I killed them already. Kidding. You really need to loosen up, huh? Are you ignoring me? I said. I heard you the first time, retard. Bruh. Be careful on the words there, you insensitive fucking cunt. Instead of repeating yourself over and over like a freaking idiot. How about you try a threat that actually scares me? Suspension doesn't scare you. To be honest, I don't think a fucking bullet in the head would scare her. She smiles. Let's just call it friends in high places. Oh wow. Look, just cut Olivia some slack. Shut that gullet of yours. Hey Olivia, I think your paladin here hasn't graduated night school yet. You wouldn't like it if it were you. Mia laughs, dryly. Why the fuck are you trying so hard? It's hilarious. Are you just trying to get a piece of that leathery gator tail? What the fuck? Yes, fuck. Exactly that. You're told, bitch. I hate this bitch. Let me slip something that works into those pants, babe. Please, God. Please, God, let her fall down a flight of stairs. Please, I pray. You're a fucking bitch. The other two start chortling again. Mia's forced me lower on the social scales. They're compromised. My face heats up. I'm starting to see red, and yet I'm frozen in place. How can she claim something that like that without hesitation? Oh my, he's not responding at all. His head is so red. He's totally into gumping it. This was a mistake. No, it's for Olivia. They're not focusing on her anymore. I can still fix this. I take a step forward to continue my argument, but Olivia grabs me by the wrist. She gives me a pleading look, one that makes my thoughts stop in their tracks. Oh, isn't that sweet? See, she knows you shouldn't be embarrassing yourself more than you already have. Is that true? She gives a single solemn nod. How touching. Hey, it's getting late. You gotta clean up your fucking act or what? Or are you gonna clean up your fucking act? She glares at me, then to me, then back. Another single nod. Oh, so I can try basically anything with you, and it's no dice. But then things get rough with him. Look, I can't read, I'm sorry. But when things get rough for him, things change. Good to know. The three saunter off and around the corner. I turn to look at Olivia, who in turn scowls and wheels past me without a word. I reach out to her. Olivia, are you... She smacks my hand away. I'm sorry. It's just that I couldn't sit back and let Mia trash talk you like that. Olivia stops in her tracks for a moment, her head turning back towards me. In her eyes I don't see any anger or sadness, only disappointment. Her citrine eyes are downcast, her claws kneading it and the cheap leather of her armrest. It takes me a second to realise Olivia isn't talking to me. Forget it. Oh, did I fuck up? Did I choose wrong? Olivia doesn't even wait for me to say anything back to her request. Her arms push roughly on the rims of her chair, which takes off down the hall, without so much as giving anything or anyone the time of day. I do not feel good after that. I want to know what the other outcome is like. I want to experience everything in this game, so I'm gonna do both. No shit, I need to save. Fuck. I want to see what happens. As much as I want to go off on Mia and her posse, Olivia wouldn't want me to try standing up for her again. Not after how I tried to handle it with Ben. Yeah, I think I did it wrong. Not that I did it wrong, it's a choice thing where it's your choice on how you want to see things. I guess I jumped to conclusions. Besides, I'd probably fumble the words and make myself look like a fool anyways. Though there's really not much I can do. But what I can do is nothing. Say nothing, do nothing. Just wait for Olivia to pass by. She stops a bit in confusion, but quickly remembers she's currently on the run. When she passes by, I follow down the same hallway, slowing my pace to be slightly behind her. Olivia turns to look at me with equal parts surprise and dread. Equal part, yeah. I think a part of her fears that I'm about to say or do something really stupid. Instead, I merely give a warm smile. To be picked on by that many people at once, all certain they're doing no wrong, it's terrifying. In moments like this, she should know that someone's got her back. Even if I have nothing to offer, at least the playing field will be a bit less one-sided. Yeah, I totally fucked up. I really gotta think more. Now that she has someone beside her. The hell? Hey, I know that jacket. And I know that bullseye for a head from a mile away. The group starts following behind us. Olivia glances over to me, and I return another small smile. Well, if it ain't Baldy, coming to save the day or something. Keep walking. Oh yeah, not giving her attention. Why didn't I think of that? I guess I'm just... yeah. I'm so quick to decide that if somebody like her is getting picked on, then you should stand up for them, but then again, standing up for someone like her that's, struggling with her own condition, not saying that she's struggling with it, she's able to do as much as a normal person, even with it, but it might make them feel like that you're trying to just hold their hand with everything they try to do. Maybe I'm just talking shit. I don't know anybody that's, paraplegic or has a physical disability. Anyways, I don't respond. Instead, I keep my head forward and I keep walking with Olivia. That seems to catch me a bit off guard, as I can hear the gears in her mind visibly start to turn. Hey, I'm still talking to you, Hot Wheels. The sound of shuffling boots start to gain on us. Just cause you have Baldy here now to protect you ain't gonna save your hide. Neither him or any of your dipshit friends. Unless it's Damien. Damien would fucking solo you. I mean, he looks big and stupid, but I know that bastard's strong. I can see Olivia's claws digging into her armrest at the nickname, but otherwise, she can maintain her apathetic leer. Then again, Damien kind of said it, didn't he? Oof. The more we walk, the more obscenities Mia keeps blurting out to try and get a rise out of either of us. This is why you don't have any real friends, you skipless salamander. Could you be any more of a bitch? Jesus Christ, you know what? With her being like that, she's gonna end up just like how Olivia drew her. A fucking punk junkie. I don't know if Olivia has a plan, because I can't fully understand why she's letting Mia walk all over her like this. But I remain steadfast. Is it steadfast or steadfast? And I believe that she knows what she's doing. It's all I really can do. Who'd even want to be with a cripple like you? Who'd ever want to be with a cunt like you? Apart from Ben. You fucking... oh, I'm not even gonna bother. I can hear Mia laughing at her own words. Ugh. That's when you know it's not funny. Olivia, please change your mind and waste this bitch. Yeah. So you got something to say now, Hot Wheels? She shrugs. If that's how you feel, Mia. What? Olivia doesn't say anything else. She only turns around and begins to wheel herself down the hallway. For a moment, I stand in place and watch as Mia tries to process what happened. Even her posse looks confused. unsure of what to say. You really got her, Mia. Yeah, definitely showed that leathery bitch. Mia jerks her head to her cohorts and glares at them, angered by their pity comments. Then she stares me down with obsidian daggers in her eyes. Well, that's my cue to leave. With the glance of a headless chicken, I scrambled down the hallway and to catch up with Olivia. Rounding the corner, there's no Olivia to be found. Where'd she go? I suddenly hear Lenara's voice echoing down the hall, followed closely by Mia's. Mia, what are you doing? Get back here, you fucks. Oh no. Oh no. Not alone. Not with them. Dread fills me as I hear the pursuing predator's heavy footsteps approach me. I'm grabbed from behind. I'm dead. Whoa! Suddenly I'm violently pulled aside, right into the school's elevator by the collar of my jacket. Saved. Oh, thank God it wasn't Mia. She jams the key into the slot and smashes the button to the second level. As the doors close, we hear Mia roar out to us. Next time I see those two again, I'm gonna make sure that oversized cue ball has to use that wheelchair of hers instead. She's gonna have no friends. Thankfully, the elevator door closed shut, and the car jerks upwards before making its ascent. Fuck's sake. Never knew I'd feel grateful to be in this death trap. As I catch my breath, I had unknowingly held my eyes aligned with a pair of silver serpentine eyes. I appreciate what you did for me back there. I'm surprised. Not sure what to say back, really. Instead, I smile back and nod. In return, she gives me a half smile before recomposing herself. You should, roll with me in the elevator now. How come? Well, you've just become enemies with her. If she sees you, you'll be a wad of gum under her boot. Oh joy. Yeah. Your best bet is just to avoid her now. This way you stay out of the hallways. I appreciate that. Don't mention it. Wait, the elevator will stop Mia from beating the snot out of me in the entire rest of the school? Yes. We hear the small electronic bing of the elevator and the doors slide open. History class is as bland as it usually is. Procling continues prattling on about some sort of historical event, but most of my attention is on Olivia. She has her hoodie over her head and looks lost in thought. Excuse me. That altercation must have shaken her up a bit, or shaken her up more than I thought I would be. Slow down and read. A part of me wants to ask if she'll be okay, even though I've already asked 3 times already. But the last thing I would want to do is prod at her. Soon enough, class nears its end and Olivia uses her accommodation to leave the class early. Besides, we can talk about it after school if she wants to anyways. The more I think about it, the more I realise that I had my first real confrontation with a bully at school. I'd heard once that when you get into a fight for the first time, you throw up from adrenaline. Yep. No fists were thrown, but I feel about the same right now. I wring my hands together to try steadying them. Jeez, I'm a wuss. But that choice was better than the other one. I stood up to Mia with Olivia, and I ended up in this mess. I'd rather that choice over the other one. You can call me a cheat. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna try my best to get the good ending, because I know there's multiple endings to this game. The final class ends, and I'm set free for the day. Oh, Damien's in the shit. Stepping out of St. Hammond's main entrance, I'm surprised to see my friends huddled together in a tightly knit group. I usually don't see any of them after school. I always assumed they left as soon as the bell rang. Hey guys, what's going? Inko! Damien looks exceptionally worried as he glances at me. Inko, you believe me, right? Pardon? Olivia's nostrils flare with an exasperated snort. I didn't mean for any of that to happen. What's the matter, Damien? When Mia asked about that nickname stuff from long ago, I just blurted it out. She didn't say she'd use it for something so unscrupulous. I can't read. High school students and all don't talk like this, by the way. Especially not where I'm from. They speak like, how are you getting on, lad? Oh, your spa. You got any vapes? You got any ciggies on you? You have a fag? Anyways, I'm ashamed it took me more than a moment to figure out what was happening. Guess Damien feels culpable for what Mia said, but why? You don't know what that word means. Who cares? Inko, really, I didn't mean for any of that to happen. Hey, I believe you, man. Your heart was in the right place. Olivia told us what happened with Mia, calling her some nickname. Damien leans back over an unresponsive Olivia, hands spread in supplication. She said you were there too. I was, yeah. Olivia, you loved that nickname way back when we were kids. Well, yeah, but that's when they were kids. It's different to when you're nearly a grown adult. Well, not grown adult, but young adult. Damien's words were dismissed with a roll of her smoky eyes. He really didn't mean it, Olivia. I know already. For a split second, she bore row upon row of sharp teeth before gnashing her maw in frustration. Olivia's nostrils flare out with a huff of hot breath again, and I couldn't huff a hot breath again, and I could practically see everything from her day finally weighs on her. You were just being you again, Damien. Sometimes I wish you weren't, but whatever. That's a grittiness to her voice once more, but she continues on. She holds her canteen up to her lips, but drops it immediately. Empty again. The grit in her voice is back, but she presses on. And the nickname is just that, a nickname. I don't want to hear it again. Especially from her, and especially if it's just to get under my skin. Olivia stares at Damien for a while before breaking contact and glances at Liz and I. Why not? Wait, did I say that? Why did I ask that? It just came out. Liz notices Damien still organising his thoughts. Seeing as neither of the others are going to answer coherently, she sighs. Well, I wasn't around for this, but When they were when they were freshmen in middle school, Damien and Olivia would take the bus every weekend to an arcade in the city. I guess he came up with a nickname around then and it stuck. That's half right, but I didn't come up with it. I brought a chunk of change for us to play stuff with each other. A match on just about anything, there was a quarter. Probably still is. But I don't think I won even once. Once she stood to win something, it's like a switch went off in her head. I'd never seen Olivia get like that. Some of the teenagers were watching too. They saw everything. A couple challenged her once. I ran out of cash, and sure enough, she ended up clearing house all afternoon. It was all she'd talk about after school all week until we could go back for more. Only took like a month for her to be recognisable as some public or local champion. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. Don't remember really who or when. But I do know it's proof she's got that fire in her. Or that fire in, yeah, whatever. Well, yeah, I had fun back then. Guess I forgot I wasn't supposed to bring it up. Have things really changed that much? Ah, you did it. And you did. Again. Damien hisses to himself. Sorry. Just can't help yourself. But you're right. That was the best time of my life. The name Hot Wheels belongs to 10-year-old me. Not current me. Hey, that's a great story. To be recognised so well that you get a cool nickname. It sounds amazing. Being a champion. Being a winner. And why all the disdain for the title? I'm not. What? I'm not a winner anymore. Because you don't go to the arcade anymore? If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's only like half an hour away. Olivia looks at Liz like she just recommended everyone to watch the newest Netsticks anime. Wait, what did I... Okay, I don't get what that meant. Well, if that story anything to go by, I'd like to see you be a winner again. She already is a winner. Olivia's breath seems to hitch for a moment. And I'm sure these guys want to see it too. Damien's the one that dragged you to our lunch table all this time, right? Look at him. He's nearly kneeled over because he's afraid of losing that part of you. And Liz? I think I'd like to see why you and Damien are really close friends. Yeah. And just as quick as I gained the bravado to speak up, my words left immediately. I think I accidentally put Olivia on the spot here. Whoops. Well, her tail rose along the ground, a bit in contemplation. If you guys really care that much about it, I wouldn't mind it from you guys. Damien Pog. All at once, Damien lights up. Yes! Alright, Hot Wheels is back. You guys now refer to Liz and Inko. Ha ha. Damien's shoulders drop for a moment, but he quickly recovers. Hey, if we're getting the name out again, we should go visit the arcade together sometime. I'd rather not. Okay then. How about a better name like Death Roll? Olivia swings her tail around to trip him, but he's fast enough to jump over it. Damien's words flood out as he contemplates new nicknames for Olivia to try and appease her, many of which are shot down by her or leave Liz and I chuckling. That was nice. That made me smile. Gradually, our giggles died down and the four of us chatted a bit more about the day in general. Eventually, Damien and Liz headed their respective ways, with Olivia deciding to stick around. Most of the school has filtered out to their various homebound rides or their after-school activities, leaving Olivia and I all alone. Hey, I'll roll with you. Really? I mean, I don't mind, of course. It's nothing. House is only a few blocks away anyway. Besides, I'm sure someone would beat you up and take your lunch money if I didn't. There's plenty of time to make it to the next train, so the two of us take it easy. Forget it. Never mind. The sun finally managed to break through the autumn clouds, making the walk almost unseasonably warm. I absolutely love when there's a bit of sunshine on an autumn evening. And the sky is orange, slightly pink, the brown of the leaves on the ground, that crunch, and a bit of the cold air. It's really beautiful. Something I really love about autumn and going into winter. It's my favourite time. During them times I really appreciate things more. Anyways, man, I thought the last day of summer was weeks ago. Ha, it was. I don't mind it staying warm longer though. Feels pretty great to me. Olivia gives her chair an extra hard push, letting herself glide by unaided for long enough to stretch her arms to bask in the sunlight. I might have figured you'd like the heat. Oh, what? Because I'm a dino? No, not like that. I'm just playing. Relax. You're pretty touchy on stuff, aren't you? The two of us finally make it to the train platform, nestled as it is off the main street. I can see the train a few blocks away. Our walk timed up with its arrival perfectly. I just think it's important to be educated, is all. Even if you're, the only human at our school. Olivia flashes me a cheeky grin as my train pulls up. I've got to admit, but her mischievous nature is a little infectious. As the train doors open, I leave Olivia with one final jab, something I know she'd appreciate. Hey, whatever you say, Hot Wheels. I neatly dodge out of the way of her slashing claws, stepping smartly onto the train as the doors close. Inko, you son of a bitch! Get back here! Give me that. I'm sorry, I just like taking pictures of these characters. I love them. Look at the fucking tail. Sly bastard. As the doors ding shut behind me, I can see an irate and still blushing Olivia waving her fist as the train begins to pull away. Still giggling, I manage to squeeze myself into a seat next to a yellow-scaled woman smelling faintly of hot dogs. You know, I may pay for that comment later. You most definitely will, my friend. But the look on her face was totally worth it. This is getting better and better by the fucking minute, bruh. I love this. Everyone I like is so likable. As the school year progresses, the days start to feel like they're moving along much faster. Part of it may be the change of season, however slightly that changes may be. Give me a sec. God, I'm thirsty. I may go down for a drink in a minute. All this talking and reading is really drying up my mouth. While the calendar says it's officially fall, the only thing I've really noticed was the increasingly number of clouds in the sky. Better safe than sorry though, which is why I brought my fancy compact carbon fibre umbrella. Still, things have started to be routine for me in the mornings. Wake up, throw on my clothes, consider eating breakfast before realising I'd wrecked my stomach, walk to the station with a feather-light umbrella in my hand. Hey, my man. And wouldn't you know it, I ended up having another chat with Mr. Ferris on the ride to school. Hello, Mr. Neato. How are you this morning? Doing fine, sir, thank you. And how are you? I'm doing well. So, my niece told me over the weekend that you and Olivia were in a predicament of some sort. Yeah. Olivia was being picked on by someone. But it's not a problem anymore. I see. Well, that's unfortunate to hear. And strange, considering that substantial funding the school gets for anti-student harassment programs. Schools don't take bullying serious enough. Seriously. Nothing is done about it. No, it's not that nothing's done about it. It's that there's not enough is done about it. And it makes me fucking sick. What good is all that tax money if classmates are still ragging on each other? If it means anything, Olivia knows how to handle herself. I was there to support her. That's fine, but the issue is this sort of thing shouldn't be happening to begin with. Ahem. That aside, Liz has gotten somewhat enthusiastic recently regarding Olivia. She's surprised at how animated she's gotten. Ever since that get-together at Randall's place, I think. I'd wager you'd have something to do with it, no? Maybe a little. Yeah, I was certainly rock in the beginning, but we've been warming up to each other. It's nice seeing a different side of her, even if it's brief. I don't know. Can I take credit for that? We all have unique chances to make a change, Inko. If you're good at grasping them, that in itself is something to be proud of. How do you know it's really a chance to do anything? He lets out a deep, reverberated chuckle. Well, to flip our usual script and let you in an old phrase, a friend of mine once told me, if you see a fork in the road, take it. Yeah? Thanks, Mr. Ferris. He's a G. Like my mornings, the school days have become a routine as well. Slave through PE with Damien, see Olivia's new doodles and sketches in art class, watch Liz lose her mind tutoring Damien at lunch, talk shop with Ben. Though now I have to avoid Mia like the plague. She is the fucking plague, because she's surely out to kill me. All said, I think St. Hammond has been my best school experience out of... Man, I've lost count of how often I'd moved. Must be the fresh head trauma. As for today... Oof. It's been raining pretty often recently, so Coach Solly made us play more dodgeball in the gym. Mia was definitely gunning for me with the way she launched them at me with the speed of a catapult. I rest in Latican's class, popping my spine against the curve of my chair. Oh my god, I always used to do that. apparently today is a short day because of some assembly, so the period will end much earlier than usual. It also means we got most of the period to slack off, do homework. I glanced at the desk next to me in the hopes of catching Olivia's latest artistic masterpiece, when I noticed she's not drawing, and instead is only fidgeting. Hey Olivia, you seem a bit nervous. Everything alright? Yeah, sorry, I've been hearing rumours that the school's shared my drive might have been wait, what? I've been hearing rumours that the school's shared drive might have been corrupted. Wait, really? Yeah, really. How would something like that happen? Not sure, but I'm scared that it might have messed with the art contest submissions. I think you should check up on your entry on the website just to make sure it's okay. Technology don't fail me now. With urgency, I take out my phone and type in the school's website. Fast fingers lead me to the art contest tab. Can't this loading bar go any slower? Finally, the page loads in and... oh. Looks like the submission have been closed. What? I hold the phone up for Olivia to show her the page. The submissions have been closed since voting started last week. Oh. Sheesh, I thought Mr. Latican had spooked me. Olivia's all seized up. Well, that's quite reassuring. With the submissions closed, there's no chance of any hacker messing with them. Olivia doesn't seem convinced, still drumming her fingers on her desk. Hopefully, she'll feel loads better when the preliminary winners are revealed. Speaking of which, as the bell sounds, the class begins to pack their things and Latican corrals everyone into a single file line. Alright everybody, we have an assigned row, so stick together. Oh my god, assigned rows. They were the fucking worst. Assigned rows. You'd have assigned seats too. I don't get it. Why do schools do that stupid shit? Before I join the rest of the line, I look back at Olivia, who seems to be stalling. Come on, I'll walk with you. That seems to stir something in her, and she glances up at me while hastily shoving a notebook into her bag. Yeah, I'm coming. As we head out the door, I notice Olivia shuffling her hoodie a lot. Latican's kind of a badass. At least he looks like it. Those wings. Wonder, can he actually fly? It's not a long walk to the auditorium, and despite Latican's best attempts, most of the class splinters off to sit with their friends. Good on them. Having expected this, he shrugs and makes his way over to the back of the auditorium where the other teachers sit, or are. Olivia and I are left to the struggling crowd, trying to filter into the cramped theatre of the school. It's going to be difficult finding some seats. It's fine, I have a spot. Olivia wheels herself down the pathways, to which I follow suit. She heads down the aisle until we're at the first row of the seats. Jesus. There's a vacant spot where a typical seat would be with a faded handicap sign. Olivia parks her chair into the empty spot, to which I take the seat next to her. Best seats in the house, right? Can't complain. As the hall fills with more students, my anticipation rises. Oh man, I can hardly wait for the announcements. So, do you think I have a chance? Huh? Oh, maybe. Photography isn't super popular, but Olivia folds her hands on her lap, staring straight ahead as her voice trails off. I knew that, but I'm still hopeful. Hey guys. I have to remind myself that this is normal. Hey, Liz. I can't believe it's finally here. Gosh, I'm so excited. Me too. By the way, where's Damien? Hey guys! I'm over here! Damien is in the far back of the auditorium, yelling and waving his hands in the air to catch our attention. Yeah, we see you, you tall, lanky bastard. He's gonna get in trouble for that. Frills, sit down! Damien immediately stops and takes his seat. With tempered expectations, we both sit in silence for just a few minutes. Both Principal Scaler walks on stage and taps on a standing microphone. Okay, everyone, got a whole bunch of important announcements to make, so I'll make them quick so we can all have an early lunch. As soon as the idea of going for an early lunch is brought up by Principal Scaler, the entire room goes as silent as vigil. I guess when it comes to an early lunch, it's serious business. Over the next 15 minutes, Principal Scaler goes over important events coming up in this school year. Most I would consider standard things like prep rallies for the sports teams, or break sales to fundraise for upcoming field trips, and even something about new clubs being formed, such as the Japanese Animation, AP Appreciation Society. What's she looking so bored about? Not the best acronym, if I had to say. JA. Oh my god, I literally just got that. Japanese Animation Appreciation Society, JAPS. You fucking idiots. Not the best acronym, if I had to say. Otherwise, it's mostly boring housekeeping stuff. When only got right down to it. I almost wonder why such announcements warranted an assembly when the mood suddenly shifts with Scaler's next big announcement. Now that we got the main stuff out of the way, I've saved the best announcement for last. Wow, and she actually looks a bit happy about it. St. Hammond is proud to announce the 5 semi-finalists for the annual Fresh Start Art Contest. Cheers and applause roars loud enough to make my ears ring. Yet I'd be lying if I said I also wasn't excited for the reveal of just who had made it to the semi-finals. Maybe I was giving myself a bit too much credit, but I really wanted to be amongst those semi-finalists. I can almost taste victory, in fact. She looks sad. I turned to face Olivia and prepared to cheer alongside her, but I stopped in my tracks when I noticed that, unlike the rest of her peers, Olivia seems to be uneasy about the prospect. Almost scared, even. Before I can ask Olivia why her sudden change in mood, Scaler continues with her next words, cutting my train of thought off. And here we have the 5 semi-finalists. The pieces of the five skillful students who had beaten all the other competitors came up, followed by the names of the victors right above them. Alas, I see no photography submission in sight. At least I gave it a shot, right? Oh man, I didn't make it in. Liz's neck droops down like a melancholy noodle. I can't help but feel pity for the bummed out Brachiosaurus. She's a Brachiosaurus? Bzz, bzz. Checking my phone, I see D-Man. Tell Liz to come back here, bro. I'm sure Damien's got that handled. Despite my sullied mood, I look back to the semi-final winners and can't help but be amazed by them. Each artwork is impressive in their own right, their colours blending wonderfully, and the figures beautifully designed. What makes a figure beautifully designed? I want to know. Not as in like I'm saying, oh, how can a figure be beautifully designed? Like, I genuinely want to know. It's easy to see why these were voted as the winners. The last one especially catches my eye. The scenic landscape with a setting sun looks stunning. If not for the slight stylization of the skyline and fantastical colour palette, it could possibly pass off as a real photograph with some filters passed over it. I'm no art critic yet, but if I were, I'd label it as a masterpiece, and easily the best out of all of them. Let's give our winners a big round of applause. The auditorium fills with the usual kind of clapping one would expect in the event of like this. Polite with an underlying tone of disinterest, though one person felt compelled to constantly make a piercing high whistle. We will be displaying the winners' art pieces in room 237. You're welcome to view them during lunch and after school today. Oh, neato. Principal Scaler continues to rest. Give me a second, I'm having a stroke. Principal Scaler continues the rest of the assembly, announcing other events for the school and other minor reminders. Behind me, I see the teachers start psyching themselves up for the Herculean task of getting some 200 hungrily dinosaur teenagers out of the room and towards lunch without anyone getting killed. Principal Scaler finishes and waves back to them to signal it's time. Alright, we're gonna start adjourning to lunch. You all know how this goes. So no just going for the exit. Being in the first row, we're the first to get up. I follow behind Olivia until we make it to the hall. Hey, Olivia. She stops and turns a bit. Jeez, is she still anxious about the sight thing earlier? She looks a little pale. I wanted to check out the winning paintings a bit more. Want to come along? She considers for a moment. No, go on without me. I need to use the restroom. Alright, I'll see you at the lunch table then. Never mind. I'm not going to ask that question. Olivia nods and starts off down the hall, following the flow of students toward the lunchroom. Let's see. The principal said it was room 237. Mia's going to be in there. I just fucking know it. Or is she? Or it's just going to be packed. First thing I notice walking into the classroom is the amount of people checking out the gallery. Well, I didn't expect it to be... Oh, sorry. Well, I didn't expect it to be filled to the brim with eager students. There's a decent amount of people here, about a baker's dozen or so. What counts as a baker's dozen? Maybe more will come when they finish up their lunches. Well, I'm here now. Let's take a look at the lucky winners. The pieces are all set on easels in the back of the classroom. Some desks and chairs are moved closer to the front to give each one its own space. One by one, I take a moment to give each canvas a thorough review. The auditorium screen really didn't give the art justice, because now I can really take in the details of each one by being up close. The colour palettes, the brushwork, the subtle nuances. Yeah, I can definitely see all of them having a good shot at getting first prize. Excuse me. But now, it's time to see the one I've been eager to get a look at since I was first shown. From what I recall from Mr. Latigan's lessons, it's made with acrylics. I work with acrylics. I just started working with acrylics. But yeah, I can tell that it is. Explaining why the colours of it seem more vibrant. It stands out in defiance to the other paintings in the contest, most of which were either violently absurdist or meaningless, or muted still lifes or ordinary objects. It's a meadow of mystifying colours, the organic lines drawing the viewer deeper into the piece, and I feel as though this would be a place I'd wake up within a fantastical dream. There's no rigid structure or forced metaphor there or here, just a fantastical merger of creative expressionism and real-world beauty. Although simple, it does really look nice. It is a dream-like state kind of thing. I love the colours. I especially I like up here the way these colours are blending in with each other. It looks nice. Very nice. I feel my fingers itching for the familiar weight of my DSLR. This is a piece where I want to immortalize in my portfolio. It's hands down the winner of the contest in my eyes. I simply must find out who made this. Looks like this breathtaking show of artistic talent is created by semi-finalist winner Inko G Neo 12th grade. That's a problem. Ah, Inko, I'm glad you swung by. Looks like you're admiring the art contest entries. I told you that St. Hammond's artistic programs were unparalleled. That's not mine. What's not yours? I tried to say once more, but the words won't leave my mouth. Ben's eyes followed mine to the bottom of the painting in front of me, and I watch as he makes the same realization as I do. Inko, you didn't... Did you paint this? I had no idea your style was so developed, so humble. If I had known, that's not my entry. It's not? No, mine was a photograph. But what's your name doing on this one? It must be some kind of mistake. A million scenarios come to mind. They must have got the wrong name somehow. If they did, I think the real artist would have come forward by now. Then the submission website must be hacked or broken. But our school checks this for stuff like that. If it was, we would have known by now. Then, Inko, you're sure you didn't submit somebody else's pieces by accident? Of course I didn't. Why would I do something like that? You're the one. You're only one who can log into your account, Inko. Suddenly everything stops. My account? Did somebody... Look, relax, alright. We can get this sorted out. Just don't panic. Ben lowers his voice. But Inko, just to be clear, what? You didn't get any sort bit of extra help, right? Ben looks at me through the edge of his glasses eye to eye. There's some real stakes in the contest. Cheating is taken seriously, especially fraud. But he didn't do it. The word echoes around inside me. Fraud. It makes my bones chill. There's ingenuine, faker, liar. They're all bad in different ways, but fraud is just dripping with frigid condemnation. No, I swear, I submitted a photograph. Ben relaxes his shoulders. Alright, just making sure. Sorry to alarm you. Damn it. It's perturbing. I can't read that. How he can go from deadly serious to jovial like a flipped switch. You going to be alright? Sorry, I need some air. Hey, feel free. I'll let Scaler know, you know. Yeah, thanks, Ben. No problem, take it easy. Ben offers me an earnest smile, waving at me as he steps out of the room and down the hall. After some time, I follow him, shambling down the hall as I try to make sense of what just happened. I thought everybody actually liked my photograph, or photography. But they all thought I was some kind of expert painter instead. I don't even know what to express it, or how to express it. I feel empty. I thought maybe my hard work was finally paying off, but I submitted the right entry. So what happened? Did somebody change it? And if so, how? It's such a good piece too. What even is there to be gained by putting my name on it? For you to be a winner. I wander aimlessly through the halls. The thought of missing lunch passes through my mind, but there's a different sort of emptiness pervading my mind, or my stomach. Why is this rattling me like this? Man, it's not like I'm in trouble or anything. Ben's helping me sort this out. I'm at a loss of what I even think right now. Ah, crap. Olivia mentioned something about server issues before. I couldn't see my submission, but was it just that maybe Olivia was right to be worried? Well, duh. Why else would she be so nervous? My aimless walking leads me around the principal's office in the Cala. There's that one cityscape painting from the start of the school year. The very first painting I saw here, and still one of the best. A vibrant cityscape that morphs the rigid structures of urban planning into a soft and inviting utopia, as if viewed from the eyes of a child. I love how fucking descriptive this game can be. The sky above the city is a beautiful shade of crimson, with radiant clouds clustered along its length. If the art contest submission was the best painting I've ever seen, then this one comes close. I can only imagine the accolades she must have gotten for painting this back then. You know, for a while, I got to have that experience. I got to step in the shoes of an artist much better than myself. Maybe that was the intent. All the praise, approval, everything I've been waiting or wanting. Just for a while. It was given by an anonymous stranger, whoever it may be. Actually, it's given me a bit of an idea. If I'm clever and Olivia's up for it, this can be a cool way to get her to show off her painting more. Everyone would like that. Maybe that's what she needs. I could act as like a personal publisher for her, so she'd doesn't have to deal with people. Ha! Wait a second. I peeled down the empty hallway. I need to find Olivia. She couldn't possibly. But why me? Why would she? Thinking about it only increases my worries and desperation to find who I hope to Raptor Jesus isn't the culprit. I hazardly check all the places where Olivia could be, but can't find her anywhere. My hunt for the Baronox leads me to the second floor of the atrium. It feels like there's a lead brick in the pit of my stomach as I internalize my current situation. The soft pattering of rain hitting the window grabs my attention to see a gloom-covered Volcaldera outside. My eyes wandering along the school's pathway, covered in mud thanks to the earlier rainfall. Wait a minute. Those look like tracks in the mud. I burst through the main entrance doors, and I am met with the feeling of droplets hitting my head. Outside, a dark overcast has rolled in. The forecast called for on and off rain during the day, but pretty gnarly clouds. Makes it look almost dusk around. Crap, what am I wasting time for? I follow the trail with urgency, fearing that the rain will wash it away. Looks like it goes down the whole pathway. I ignore my clothes becoming progressively damp and the water collecting on my shades. Eventually I round the curve that leads to the bridge, and I see a distressing item at its end. Oh shit. A wheelchair. Olivia's wheelchair. Empty of the occupant, toppled on its side. A new fear grips at my born from the mental imaginary provided by that sight. Those cruel thoughts push me up the steps faster than humanly possible, even as my rational mind tries to reassure me. Running across the deck, my breath is caught in my throat when I reach the middle. She's on the ground, head slumped down. There's damaged and soaked school supplies scattered all over the walkway. Oh God, is she okay? My foot shifts, trying to force me closer. Slowly her head lifts up to the sound of my shoes squelching on the floor. Inko. Her tear-stained eyes stare at me with a dead expression, and her voice sounds weak. Olivia. I feel like I can finally breathe again. Slowly, Olivia pushes herself up, and I notice she's lying atop a pile of paper shreddings. The feeling of relief slowly fades away, and I remember why I was looking for her. We stay silent, only staring at each other as the rain continues to bear down on us. She simply sits there, letting herself grow more and more soaked from the rain. Do you want to talk? No, not out in the open. I grab my compact umbrella from the backpack and unfrill it. It doesn't do much to dry Olivia off, but at least she's not getting more soaked. The umbrella is placed between us and the elements against the ledge, forming a personal canopy above us. Here, now we're alone. There's space next to Olivia to take a seat. It's odd. We've sat together before, but sitting on the ground in the rain, and the room, it is just a little claustrophobic. There's bits of paper melted onto the pavement soaked by rain. Though torn apart and waterlogged, I can sort of make out a tree, a rough sketch of one anyway, like the one that stood prominently in my false submission. So you did do it. Inko, please, I can explain. I didn't have a choice. What? I know what I did was wrong, but I didn't have any other way. It wasn't a choice to not trick me. She avoids looking at me, focusing on the scraps of paper scattered about the floor like confetti. It wasn't to trick you, I get it, you're mad at me. I'm not mad. I'm just confused. I thought we were good friends. I wasn't expecting it. Expecting you. She pauses to give her throat some respite. Her usual water bottle isn't anywhere nearby. A shaky breath escapes her mouth. When you came around, I thought you were no different than the others. That you were some self-centered, pretentious midwit who only cared about his image. That's when I got the idea of using you to swap out your art with mine. You didn't seem like that kind of person who cared about how he gets the attention from others, just how he gets it. Her description of my character feels really reductive, but the ache in my chest tells me it's a little too close to home. But that's not what I think of you now. Latican's the one person I can trust. So when he went to bat for you, saying we'd make good friends, I was worried. What's so special about this guy? I honestly got scared he'd be wrong. That you'd be just like everyone else, and I'd be setting myself up for failure. But worse than that, Inko, I was afraid he'd be right, and I'd have to face what I've done to myself. And now I've gone and done something like this. Switching my contest entry. She nods, swallowing hard. I wasn't thinking. Suddenly, everything was out of balance. Everything I'd created, all my work, my own little world was suddenly changing. I had no control of it. I just had to do something. I didn't know I was doing that. I'm sorry. She stops to process my words and continues. I know I'd get caught. It's stupid. I was hoping for it even. Someone to figure out that it was swapped, so it would be changed and everyone would be none the wiser. She turns to face me with silver eyes welled with tears. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I just don't want to go back to being the person I used to be. The person that didn't care about hurting you. Her head tilts downwards with a violent hitch of breath. Ivory claws extended and grip at her knees in a painful display, and yet Olivia chokes back any sound she'd make. Her body shudders with every heavy breath from her, and I realised that every last defensive barrier she had was completely gone. Olivia's laid herself bare, leaving only the crying girl desperately trying to silence her pitiful tears. I can't hate you. Faced with those unbidden words from Olivia, I'd have to be a heartless bastard to do anything but accept her apology. It's clear that her guilt has been rotting in her conscience ever since. How could you hate her? I know it's fucked up, but you couldn't hate her for that. What she did was wrong, no doubt about it. But then again, thinking of her circumstances, how can I blame her? Exactly. How could anyone? I probably would have ended up having to do the same thing in her shoes. At this point, Olivia's putting herself through enough stress as is. If there's one thing she needs to hear right now, it's that I forgive her. I don't hate you, Olivia. You don't? No, I don't. I won't lie. I definitely felt hurt when I first found out. But the fact that you're willing to admit your mistakes shows me that you're growing as a person. I'm really glad to hear that we're friends. It's refreshing to hear her say it. I was worried she was only just putting up with me. Olivia seems understandably puzzled over my lack of anger towards her. I figured you'd be more upset. Is this just your pity? If so, I don't want it. It's not pity, Olivia. I'm accepting your apology. I don't want you to feel guilty about it. The sooner we can put it all behind us, the better. But I can tell you're a good person. So don't worry about it, alright? I offer her my best smile. Olivia slowly nods. When you put it that way, I guess. But still, truth be told, I deserve to fail. To actually face consequences. I'm such a fucking fraud. I'm all over a damn painting. Olivia, you did what you thought you had to do, and you're saying sorry for the consequences. That's all that matters. I scooch closer to Olivia. Huh? That was you taking action in a way I never would have guessed. A crime of passion, I think it's called. I'm probably wrong, but she gets the idea. The world runs on those. You don't need to change. I don't think you did anything wrong. She leans her head against the wall of the railing before looking at me with her half smile. Thanks. You're right. I'm just throwing everything away like an idiot. I'm just scared. I'm here with you. I coax the rest of the tired grin from her. And she looks down at the shredded paper again. After everything was said and done, things became quiet. Beneath the solace of my umbrella, we relaxed together. At least until Olivia begins shifting uncomfortably. I sit and watch as she takes her calves and shifts them to her sides with one hand. Her tail comes around and presses into the paper-filled floor before her, keeping her upright as she starts to lean forward. Finally, with the strength of her tail and one arm, Olivia lifts her hips from the floor and swings her shins fully beneath her. She smiles and she kneels over me. You're just gonna sit there? Crap, I guess I was gawking stupidly. But it's just so fascinating, seeing the girl maneuver herself in these odd yet well-practiced ways. I'm kinda jealous, actually. I wish I had a tail to do some of the things she could. I pressed my hands down on the floor and pushed myself up. I don't know why I had the thought to stand, but instead I shifted myself to a kneeling position too. We're face to face now. For a split second I feared the worst as Olivia drew me into a hug. I don't know what she would do, but I like this. For for how strong her arms are. How they're wrapped around my chest feels exceptionally tender. My own arms have enveloped her, returning the embrace in a similarly soft way. And as her arms loosen, I draw back, though I don't want to take my hands off her. That was nice. Sorry. I gotta capture every moment. Don't make it weird. Sorry about that. Through the sounds of the rainfall hitting the umbrella, my ears suddenly pick up the noise of what sounds like squeaking. Is it a rat? I look down and see that there's something shuffling in Olivia's pocket. A little beast emerges from its hiding spot with a squeaky yawn, to which Olivia offers her hand for it to use as a platform. Hey, little guy. Nearly forgot about you. Had a nice nap. That's a rat. Oh right, you two haven't met each other. Inko, this is Guts. Is that meant to be a berserk reference? Guts, meek Inko. Oh, hi, Guts. I awkwardly wave at the apprehensive-looking rodent. Olivia lifts Guts onto her shoulder, gracefully, like her hand is an elevator firm. You brought him to school? Well, yeah. I just really needed him today, since, you know, all the craps that's happened. She gives Guts a few scritches under his chin. Again, I'm gonna capture this moment, because I want to. I bring him sometimes when things get rough. And nobody noticed. You haven't. Touché. Latican did. Once. He just told me to not let him run around the school. Otherwise it would be considered a health hazard or something. The tardy bell rings out in the distance. We're late for our next class. Or our next classes. I'm sure Latican will understand. We should probably get back to class. Here. Hold this. I give Olivia the umbrella so she and the rat can stay dry while I go fetch the wheelchair. I did the thing. I got the gator hugger achievement. I fucking feel so complete right now. Motherfucker. By now it's settled some of the mud. This wheelchair has definitely seen better days. After dusting off the dirt and pooling water the best I can, I make my way back. Thanks. She offers the umbrella back, but I make sure to hold it above her. I keep the wheelchair steady with one hand as Olivia climbs into the seat, using her tail to help herself up. That's cute. We stand in the rain in silence for a moment, only sharing content glances. Another. It's getting too good. So what do we do about the contest now? That's a good question. One sec. Oh my god. Ben was there when I saw my name on the painting. He already went to tell someone. So like you said, no harm, no foul. What about your own submission? I ruined it. I scratched the back of my head. I wouldn't have won anyway. It's just a picture. Oh. I thought it was pretty okay. Hearing those words from Olivia sends a strange flash of heat to my face. It's not unpleasant, but again, those honest words from her really do cut through me for some reason. It's because you like her. Thanks. A loud squeak draws my ears to Guts as he stands atop Olivia's shoulders. You too? A wry smile stretches across Olivia's face. I think it means Guts is saying it's actually so-so. Hey, cut him some slack. Guts. Inko didn't have any time to make anything for the contest. He's got some high standards. Yep, it's why I've gotten so good. The sheer absurdity of it. I don't know which of us broke first, but our laughter fills the air, heard only by us as the rainfall cuts off all other noise. So, now what? I don't know. I don't want to go yet. Still pretty worn out. A smile crosses my face as a wicked idea comes to mind. Welp, too bad. What? I walk around behind Olivia grinning like a mad idiot. Inko, what are you doing? Inko. Her head tries to follow me as I stand right behind her chair. I figured that pushing your chair around is really tiring, so how about I help you out? Olivia blushes and looks away. Fine, but just for today. Returning to the campus was certainly awkward. Passerby shoots us a look. It's not the most common scene to see a girl in a wheelchair just roll on in sopping wet and trekking mud in. More likely though, it was because said girl had taken to using my umbrella to hide herself from those looks. She was already extremely red in the face. It was a conundrum. Drop the umbrella and let people see her, or keep it up and draw more attention. I shall name it the Neo Theorem. She's gonna kill me if I ever attempt to publish it. But making our way back to Olivia's current class, she simply shook her still concealed head. I didn't really have much of a choice. From all that I knew of the girl, her last classes were were all on the upper levels, and she was in possession of the elevator key, and I was in possession of the weakest knees here in St. Hammond, at least according to Coach Solly. So I wheeled her to my current photography class. On the way over, she keeps bending her head back to peek at me, like she's making sure I'm still there. Knocking on his closed door, this pterosaur professor didn't even bat an eye at the poorly hidden girl. He simply stepped aside and let us through. Ben was looking our way, but I chose to pay him no mind. After everything I heard, Olivia didn't even register he was there, or here. She simply rolled herself to the back of the classroom and through a door into what I'd always guessed was Latican's supply closet. You know what? I'm an idiot. It's a dark room, isn't it? Yeah. The stares of my other classmates obtained thankfully as our teacher continued his lecture. Taking my own seat, I focused on Latican. As much as I could. At least, my muddled thoughts kept me distracted the whole period. Just before the bell rings, Latican stares me dead in the eye. He points a stern finger directly at me, then to the floor to signal, "You stay." Uh-oh. That don't feel good. I wonder if I chose the other one, what would have happened? But I'm not gonna do that, because that's a bastard move, and fuck you. Once everyone else has left, he closes the class door and locks it. Uh-oh. So, care to explain? Explain, sir? He opens the door in the back and signals Olivia to come on out. The mud, the drenched clothes, the declaration of sanctuary. I was having a bad day. She's looking a bit better. Still drained, but she's not shivering. Her rat's sitting on her lap, and Attican extends a finger down to scratch under its chin. I can see that. takes a seat against a nearby desk and waves a hand for Olivia to go on. When she doesn't, he shifts his hand to me. He shifts his hand to me, yeah. I look between the two of them. Mr. Latican's expectant leer, and Olivia's pleading eyes. Ultimately, I shake my head in the negative. I just helped Olivia get out of the rain. Of course. He slouched further atop the desk. Can I tell you some other time? Sure. Whatever it was, it looks like you've recovered pretty well. Olivia doesn't answer verbally, instead giving him a bashful smile and nod. Was it about your work again? Yeah. Oh, this girl. He turns to me and points a thumb at her. You know, the work she's so concerned about absolutely wrecks the grading curve in my class. For the sake of the other students, I had to put a limit on extra credit assignments. Really? Yeah. Never before would I even consider such a radiant, why punish someone for working too hard, I would think to myself. Then 4 years ago, this little green goblin comes rolling in to my class. Oh, so that's why somebody drew her beside a gremlin. Half a semester and more than a few angry calls from parents later, my hands were tied. Young lady simply does too dang much. Olivia smiles but doesn't look up from her pet. It was that much better than all the other students. Well, no, I don't grade by technique. If I did, you'd be in big trouble, Inca. Olivia's work was very good even then, but the main thing I admire is how motivated she can be. I hadn't seen someone so enthused to just paint in years. I certainly haven't seen anyone so enthused I had to change the rules like that. You were worried it'd stop me. Was I? That definitely sounded like me, or sounds like me. But it doesn't stop you, not even a little. Heck, that year you even got me to see some things differently. I don't think I ever did anything like that. You did when you came in after class the Friday before Mother's Day. Take a look at this. I'm handed the quill, and the first thing I note about it is how soft the feather portion is. It's the special pen you always use. It's actually from my wife. Whoa. Inspecting it closer, I can see more of the intricate details. From the faded engravings on the shank to the maintained but worn point. It's well made and kept, and yet the feather and brass showed its age. She came in that afternoon with a whole stack of crumpled painting drafts, so frustrated she couldn't get it right and determined to make it perfect. I say, any of these would be great. Your aunt would love any of these. And she fires back, if it's not good enough for me, why would I be good enough for someone I love? I gotta read that again. Not because I didn't understand, but I just want to read it again. If it's not good enough for me, why would it be good enough for someone I love? I did not have an answer, so I tell her to take a step back. We take a few hours to go over fundamentals once more. I send her home to try getting it right over the weekend, and come Monday she returns and hugs me first thing. That Friday night though, what she'd said was on my mind. I talked about it all night with my wife. Then that morning, I decided to make a change for myself. My wife was molting at the time, so there was always a new feather or three in our blankets each morning. I took the biggest one, preserved it right, got a bit of help to make it into a real pen, and I've used it ever since. It helps me remember to do my job right for the people I care about and for the people my students care about. I think what it was, it's that childlike reasoning that comes so naturally for the youth. That reasoning, it makes a type of innocence, or innocent, earnest dedication, something I think I'd lost for a while. Don't give me so much credit. You haven't lost it, have you? Have you? Good. Don't lose it for me, okay? Okay. Latican yawns and stretches. You feeling alright to go to your next class? Yeah, I'm ready. Great. He claps a hand over my back. We should do this again sometime. Mr. Latican ushers us out his classroom as the late bell trills, handing us a note he'd rapidly scrawled on. Miss Procklin didn't seem enthused to see us come in late, but sighed as she read the note from Latican. As I took my usual spot, I felt something odd in the corner of my eye. Looking up, it was to see Olivia looking my way, with that smile on her face. One that spoke so many words, yet I couldn't figure out what. All I could do in turn was try to match it before focus on Miss Brocklin's latest lecture. That was great. Holy shit. It just keeps getting better. Fucking hell. Do I continue or do I stop? It's been about nearly 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna stop, because it's 2 in the morning. I really do want to continue, but I can't. Not at the moment. Doing a third save just in case, because I am just... yeah. This is just getting better. I'm loving every second of this. Well, I wonder what the mods thing is. Do people make their own, like, things? It's my John. This game has genuinely made me feel happy so far. It's good. It's really good. I love this. And I feel like it's only gonna get better. But yeah, I can glaze this game as much as I want when I finish it. Which, if I'm being real with you, I never want it to end. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here and think about this. And go drink some water and cry myself to sleep. It was fun. This whole thing. I've been talking to myself. My mic was muted again. I fucking hate my life. Anyways, I was just glazing the game again, saying that so far it's my favourite fucking game this year. It's just human. It's relatable. So many fucking themes in this that I've done, or that I've fucking had happen in school to me, and just things I've thought about. I really like this game. I think it's gonna go down as one of my favourites when I finish it. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get some sleep, and hopefully I'll be around tomorrow night to do more. Anyways, you all take care now, and have a good day. Bye bye now.